Hello students, welcome to another session of Daily News Decoded. I am Tarun and today I will be discussing with you important articles from today's newspapers. As always, this D&D session will be having two parts. One will be the decoded part, wherein we will be going in great detail about two important topics for the mains. And then in the explain section, we will be going into three important topics for the prelims. Okay, so jumping headfirst into the first article, we start with the NEET PG issue. The backdrop for this comes from the recent Supreme Court judgment, wherein it said it barred the states from reserving PG medical seats for local residents, emphasizing merit-based admissions nationwide. Okay, it is relevant for the exam because it comes under the purview of GS2 papers. Okay, the thing is the topic being Indian polity and constitution federal structure, because health is a state subject and the union government had made a regulation for regulating and centralizing the medical entrance exams. Okay, so it became a federal issue, like it became a tug of war between the union and states, and mostly from the state side, Tamil Nadu was leading the charge. Okay, and it was the most aggrieved party in this case, so it led the case in Supreme Court. Okay, so we also see that this particular topic has been quite important in the PYQs as well. Okay, like we had a particular question about it regarding it in 2013. Okay, it talks about the how the centrally sponsored schemes need to be restructured, okay, and thought about with respect to the federal structure. Okay, and the second question we had very recently in the mains 2021, wherein it talks about, besides being a moral imperative of the welfare state, primary health structure is necessary precondition for sustainable development. It talks specifically about the health infrastructure. Okay, so as this topic talks about both the federal issues and the health specific issue. Okay, so it gets the context from both these questions. Okay, so coming to the question, okay, what did the Supreme Court said? Supreme Court said that this cannot be allowed. Like what used to happen is the 50% of seats of all the states, okay, was reserved for the domicile of those states. Okay, that used to happen. Then Tamil Nadu challenged it. Okay, they said as we are investing in the infrastructure, so we should be getting more preferential treatment. Okay, that in the NEET PG issue, in the NEET PG thing, the examinations was centralized, the counseling was centralized, like anyone, all the seats were open. Okay, and Tamil Nadu had challenged this particular thing. Okay, Supreme Court struck down this. Okay, it said that it seems like a violation of Article 14. Okay, a right to equality. It says another important thing Supreme Court highlighted was the idea of domicile. In a way, it said that in India we have only one domicile, that is India. Everyone is an Indian. The state's identity, the residency of a state does not take precedence over the residency of India. So if there is something which is of national importance, the central identity should prevail over others. So this was the argument given by Supreme Court. As said, we are one country and one domicile. So you cannot set aside seats for your own states, your state's people. Okay. Next, it talks about the constitutionally impermissible. It said that this idea that 50% of the states of the seats of a particular state in PG admissions can be set aside, okay, is constitutionally impermissible because it violates the Article 14. Okay, and it also said that, okay, as NEET counseling had concluded very recently, okay, and also continuing in some places, okay, it said that this decision will not impact the current students. Any policy formulated on this post judgment, okay, will only be applicable in the next cycle. Okay, so we see what was the rationale behind the judgment. Okay, Supreme Court said one citizenship, one domicile principle. It said like your domicile comes out of your citizenship. Like if you are a citizen of India, you cannot be discriminated against even if you come from any state of India. Like even if you come from Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Andhra Pradesh, Manipur, the rights that you are owed are equal, and you will get that. Okay, so if there is a central exam like say NEET PG, okay, and you are qualifying that particular exam, okay, you will get the seat you want. Okay, and the states cannot corner their seats for their own people. Okay, they said it is violation of article 19(1) and 21 as well, like right to life. Okay, right to life and movement, because it said because if we put these kinds of walls, if we build these kind of walls around states, okay, the idea of India, okay, the unity of India will get hampered. Okay, like the constitution specifically says we have freedom of movement, we have freedom to pursue whatever career profession we want. Okay, so we cannot restrict them in that way, saying you cannot, like, yes, you qualified the NEET PG exam with good numbers, but you cannot get admission in a college in say Tamil Nadu or Maharashtra because they have set aside seats for their own students. Okay, so that was the idea of the Supreme Court judgment. Okay, and Supreme Court specified that PG admission must be merit based. Okay, this opens up a Pandora's box. Okay, because it will be challenged, because Supreme Court has in an earlier judgment, okay, had said that UG for UG admissions, undergraduate admissions like MBBS admissions, you can have quota, and then for PG admissions you cannot have quota. Okay, so these are two conflicting judgments by Supreme Court. So it will definitely be challenged. Tamil Nadu is already pondering putting a review petition against this particular judgment. Okay, so we will see how it goes, how it continues. Okay, so we see this PG issue is also a very important federal issue. Okay, and as I said, from the state side, Tamil Nadu is leading the charge. Okay, Tamil Nadu, it's a tug of war between Tamil Nadu government and Union government. Okay, meditated by the Supreme Court. Okay, so we see how this Tamil Nadu NEET issue, okay, came up, the exact timeline of things. Okay, like NEET as an idea was mooted in 2009. Okay, it was proposed that we should have a uniform exam. If you can remember, earlier in the last decade, okay, there used to be a number of exams. Almost every state had their own state level exams. Okay, so that caused a lot of confusion, and at times the state exams used to collide on the same day. Okay, so student had to choose whether they can give an exam for say Tamil Nadu or say Maharashtra, both very good states, very highly coveted states. Okay, so to do away with this, and as we see, we have a lot of states. Okay, and so there will the student like earlier in 2000, early 2000s. Okay, like between 5 and 10, I can remember people used to give state level exams for engineering entrance. Like all the states had their different exam for engineering entrance and medical entrance. Okay, for someone who might have say maths and biology in their 12th, so they had to appear for a number of exams for pursuing engineering, and then again same number of exams for pursuing medical. Like people who have both try to give exams for both and see which one cracks. Okay, if they crack a very good college in engineering, they will go there. If they can get a good college in medical, they will go there. Okay, but this caused a lot of logistical issues, like they had to travel all across the nation for this. Okay, so to do away with this, okay, they came up with an idea of a common exam. Okay, this idea of common exam, as we'll discuss in the later part of the video as well, has taken ground. Okay, has taken seed, and currently we have one exam for almost everything, like every sector. Like we have JEE mains advanced. Okay, then we have this NEET PG, and earlier these competitive exams used to be the tension of only the students who were going for professional courses like engineering and medical. But now even CUET PG and UG has started. So giving this exam, giving one unified exam is giving sleepless nights to all the students. Okay, so we'll further see what were the issues, what are the advantages and disadvantages of this kind of centralization of the examination systems. Okay, so NEET was created in 2009. Okay, what happened in 2013 was that Supreme Court said NEET is unconstitutional because it was created by MCI. Medical Council of India, okay, it is a regulatory body for medical education in India. They said that according to powers devolved to MCI, okay, it did not have power to scrap all the other exams and announce a unified exam. Okay, so Supreme Court said no, this cannot be done. So yes, they believed the idea. They were like, okay, we don't disagree with the idea, okay, we don't dispute this idea, but you don't have the legal competency to do a particular thing. Okay, so in April 2016, okay, this judgment was overturned, and the idea was like, okay, there might be minor legal inconsistencies, but this is a good idea and MCI should be allowed to take ahead this exam. Okay, so to give effect to that, okay, to give effect to this particular judgment, okay, the government came up with a ordinance regarding NEET. Okay, so this this put government on a same track against Tamil Nadu, okay, because Tamil Nadu was opposing it very staunchly. Okay, the main reason for Tamil Nadu's opposition is that when we see the number of colleges, number of seats, medical seats Tamil Nadu has, okay, out of odd like 1 lakh seats in the India, in the country for PG, okay, Tamil Nadu has 11,000, okay, and next competitor is Uttar Pradesh, which has like 9,500, okay, and then comes Maharashtra. So Tamil Nadu has the most to lose if this admission to these seats, the opportunity to admit these students is taken from it. Okay, earlier what used to happen, like even before 2015, all these 11,000 seats was admitted by Tamil Nadu government. Okay, it could choose how many people, how many seats to set aside for its students. Okay, and later it registered the idea of unifying, centralizing it. Okay, so Tamil Nadu opposed to this idea. It even passed a resolution in their legislative assembly. Okay, and then it put its own stand in the court, in the Supreme Court, in the NEET, arguing that because we have invested the infrastructure, okay, these medical colleges did not grow out of nothing. Okay, Tamil Nadu as a state had better medical infrastructure because the state has consistently invested in it. Okay, like even today, the doctor to patient ratio is among the best in Tamil Nadu. It's around 1:560 in Tamil Nadu, and it is around 1:2400 in Uttar Pradesh. Okay, and UN mandate is 1:1000. Like UN says that for good quality healthcare, a doctor should serve not more than 1,000 patients. Okay, so we see even in that standards, Tamil Nadu was doing a great job. Okay, it had brought the number to almost half. Okay, and Tamil Nadu believes that this edge, this benefit that it had gotten because of this long investment in healthcare infrastructure will be taken away. Okay, so in 2019, SC ruling came over Tamil Nadu language protection barrier. Okay, and then this they again pushed for reservation. Okay, they were like no, like they were opposing the idea of NEET. Okay, then Supreme Court said no, NEET will happen, whatever you say. So then they pushed for this reservation thing, like okay, you are conducting NEET, but as has been the practice, we should get the 50% seats which we will fill from our domiciled students. Okay, and this particular thing is what Supreme Court came up now saying this cannot be allowed. So this was the timeline of this particular case. Okay, so we see what is happening as of now. Okay, all India quota 50%, state quota 50%. So what happens is that during counseling, okay, like if a college has 1,000 seats, okay, then 500 of it will be open to all the people of India, all the students of India who cleared, who got a good rank, and 50% seats will be reserved for students of that particular state. So this is how things were running as of now. Okay, that Supreme Court put its foot down saying no. Okay, state quota and domicile reservations. Okay, as I said, this was allowed, 50% quota was allowed, And for domicile, okay, you should have a domicile in particular state. Domicile, every state has a different set of criteria to define domicile. Okay, they issue a domicile certificate for the people who stay there, who vote there, who have some property there. So, different states have different kind of criteria. Okay, some say that you have to be born here, some say that your parents should be here, some say that you should have a proper property here, fixed assets here. Okay, so this varies state to state, the domicile criteria. Okay, ruling on state allocation of PG seats, like this happened today. So we come to the Tamil Nadu's argument. Okay, what it is saying. Okay, it talks about the impact of domicile policy on medical services. Okay, so Tamil Nadu is saying that because the state has invested a lot of resources in developing and maintaining its infrastructure, healthcare infrastructure, it should benefit out of it. Okay, like people, students who have studied in Tamil Nadu, pursued MBBS and MD in Tamil Nadu, they are less likely to move out even after completing PG. Okay, so if it trains people there, people are more likely to stay. Okay, like they will not face the problem of say brain drain because of it. Okay, and then reduce incentive for doctors. Okay, so what happens here is that doctors should stay there in their own state. Okay, what happens that when people go to very far states, like people from say north have to take a college in say Guwahati, Shillong, Assam, something like there. Okay, so most likely they will not be staying over there for very long. Okay, so this is one argument. Okay, next we have disparity among states. Like one reason for centralizing it was the disparity among states. Like Tamil Nadu has 11,000 PG seats, but there are states which don't even have say 500. Okay, and the idea is that why should a person, okay, who lives in a state which has not invested much in the healthcare infrastructure, like say Rajasthan, Andhra Pradesh, okay, and invested much in comparison to the other developed states like Tamil Nadu, Maharashtra. Okay, so it said that because all the people deserve equity and equal kind of healthcare. Okay, so this domicile policy is against that idea. Here, what are the critical analysis? The thing is centralization concern. The problem is that Tamil Nadu is also arguing that yes, this is a centralization, but it's not specific, not limited to this NEET PG issue. The center has trampled over the rights of the states in a number of other things. Like a very good example is the CUT PG as well. Okay, so earlier the exams only for the professional courses, there used to be exams. Okay, other courses, for other courses people were admitted based on their 10th and 12th performance. Okay, but what used to happen is that some states they were accused of giving more marks to students. Okay, and so this distorted the figures. Okay, like we saw in DU, the admission cutoffs used to go like 98%, 99%, 100%. Okay, so this used to distort things, and the states who were more lenient in their marking scheme, those students got benefited when it comes to the competing for limited number of seats. Okay, so to do away with this, okay, the government came up with the idea of CUT PG and UG, both exams are conducted. Okay, next, long-term solutions. So we see on the legal side it's a challenge. We'll see it's a developing issue what side the Supreme Court takes. Okay, but on the governance side there are a few ideas that can be taken. Okay, first is, rather than asking Tamil Nadu or other states to compromise on this, that no, you don't reserve seats, then give us the seats, the central government should invest. Union government invests. Okay, should invest directly. Okay, what it can do is it can identify 10-20 colleges, medical colleges, okay, and invest there to improve their infrastructure. Okay, this is already being happening. Okay, so in the Ayushman scheme and all, but the government should prioritize it. Okay, to ensure that the gap is fulfilled. Like there is not much investment needed from the government side in the states like Karnataka, Kerala, but there are many states, especially in the northeast, or say uh, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, where they can use a leg up, some help from the government. Okay, then one idea which has been proposed is partnership between states. Partnership between states. So this idea talks about how a state like if say Tamil Nadu, in this case it is the leading the charge there. So it says that it has more resources, okay, and if all its hospitals are upgraded, okay, to the elite PG level, okay, what it can do is it can partner with some other state and develop their college, okay, in exchange of seats. Like the number of seats increase that Tamil Nadu facilitates in creating, it can admit its own people there. Okay, the benefit is that Tamil Nadu will get more medical seats, okay, and that state which it partners with will get more and better quality healthcare infrastructure. So both sides will benefit out of it. Okay, and next is the idea of integrating private sector. Okay, when you see the matrix of the seats, NEET PG seats, okay, we see that out of the odd 11,000 seats in Tamil Nadu, the split is around 50-50. Okay, 5.5K is the government seats in government public sector colleges, and 5.5K is in the private sector colleges. Okay, and but this private sector college, this infrastructure is not there in many states. So states can start promoting, okay, like they can lease out lands to private institutions to build colleges. Like what is happening currently is that many premier institutions are setting up other wings, expanding into other wings, like IIT Kharagpur has started a medical college as well. Okay, so these places of eminence, okay, they have the resources, they have the wherewithal, and if they start something, okay, they will ensure the quality is good. So all the IITs and major NITs or other colleges, okay, of institutes of national importance, other famous universities, okay, should come up with medical seats as well, medical colleges as well. This will improve the medical infrastructure in their locality, in the place they are situated, and also help with the number of doctors in India. Okay, so this idea, like you can leverage the participation of private sector in this scheme. Okay, so taking cue from this particular thing, okay, I saw we should also discuss the CUT PG. Okay, so what happened, what the debate here is that with the centralization of the exam process, like I said earlier, only the people who wanted to compete for professional courses had to give competitive exams. Okay, but now everyone will have to do it because CUT PG and CUT UG. Okay, even for doing BA BCom anywhere in a prestigious university, prestigious place, you will have to compete in a competitive exam. Okay, so government talks about this favor, argues in its favor. It says that it ensures uniformity. Yes, the idea is okay. Like I said earlier, a lot of states were accused of giving numbers more liberally to students that facilitated them to get better admissions in better colleges, and some states did not award number so liberally, so their students were at a disadvantage. So this will ensure uniformity as everyone will come to the same exam. Okay, next we have reduces corruption. Okay, when talking about NEET PG, it is good to remember that in 2017 CBI investigated a number of cases wherein state level medical colleges were selling their seats through some touts, okay, and middlemen. Okay, this was brought before, and said that NEET PG can at least ensure that this is not happening, this level of corruption is not happening. Next we have promotes meritocracy. As I said, if people sit for the same exam, people from students from all over India sit for the same exam, we will see the best talents, best of minds come on top. Okay, and when these people are facilitated by sending them to subsidized education institutes like public sector colleges, okay, that will help promote meritocracy. Okay, next, fosters national integration. Like I said, people from say Guwahati, students from say Itanagar can now compete in an exam, say NEET PG, NEET CUET, PG, CUT, UG, any exam, and study in any college he desires. Okay, so that promotes and fosters the idea of national integration. Okay, improves quality. It follows the point of meritocracy. Like if the best people, best minds are given opportunities to develop, okay, it will improve the overall level of education. Okay, but there are all is not hunky dory here. Okay, with these advantages there are a number of challenges. Okay, it says disadvantages for rural and socio-economically backward students. Okay, so what happened here is that in 2019 NSO conducted a survey where it found out that in urban areas 45% of students got access to private coaching. Okay, but in rural areas this came down to 14%. So we see there is a disparity between the opportunities and access between rural and urban areas. So the rural the people, students coming from rural background are at a disadvantage when we come to the centralized exam system. Okay, next we have increased stress. Like there have been studies saying that the people are under stress because of this exam, like because these exams are very important. Okay, these are life changing moments for the students. Like if they break into a say AIMS or an IIT, okay, their life takes a different trajectory. Okay, and if they don't, it's very depressing for them. Okay, because these are children 14, 15, 16 years of age, and now because of this coaching a lot of people start very early. Like they are coaching who start IIT and AIMS NEET coaching and all since class 8. Okay, so when these students after striving for so many years fail to get what they want, okay, it scars them emotionally. So that is the stress. Okay, next we have unfair to students from different backgrounds in a way, not just socio-economic background. Okay, but it's talking about the state boards. Okay, as we know, the central nationwide boards, the popular ones are CBSE, ICSE. Okay, and every state has a different state board. NCRT regulates the CBSE, and there are other SCRTs who regulate the curriculum for state boards. Okay, so we see there is a lot of divergence at times. Okay, maybe deliberately, maybe because the syllabus is not updated, there's not catching up with time, because the resources that at the NCRT has, okay, we cannot expect the same resources to be at disposal of SCRTs. Okay, so their curriculum is not so updated. Okay, and because exams like NEET and CUET and even IIT, mains and all, okay, what they do is they take the foundational issues, foundational knowledge, foundational basic topics from the subject, from the syllabus of CBSE. Okay, so if there is a divergence between say CBSE and state board of say Odisha, West Bengal, okay, even then, even if the student is very good, no, because they have not even been taught those topics, they will be at a disadvantage if the exam is based on the syllabus of CBSE. Okay, so this is the disparity, okay, this different disadvantage that the students from other backgrounds face. Okay, next we have focus on rote learning. So as we know, to ensure seamlessness of exam and the for the quick release of results, all these exams, almost all competitive exams choose MCQ system. Okay, like they will give you a question, give you 4 options, like we all know very well how that works. Okay, the problem is that when you have to just tick an option out of 4. Okay, you will be able to do that even if you don't have all the knowledge, all the information in place. Okay, we all know that, we all have done things, like out of 4 options, if we know 2, we'll go and tick. Okay, so that is good for exam, but it is not good if we don't focus on the basic education and just focus on things which are important for exam. So this is exactly what is happening when people do coaching and get assisted studies for these competitive exams. Like there are a number of institutions which coach people for these particular exams, and they said you don't even have to go to school. We have partnership with a particular school. They will give you a school certificate. Okay, so the value of school certificate has come down drastically. Okay, and so people only practice MCQ. Okay, they study only as much as that will help them solve the MCQs. Okay, so this promotes the idea of rote learning rather than the curriculum based learning, which should promote critical thinking. Okay, so this is the disadvantage of this centralization of the exam system. So starting from the idea of NEET PG, okay, we also discussed this CUT PG, because this centralization of exam has been a debate. Okay, so I talked with you, I spoke with you about the points in the argument in favor and against this particular system of exams. Okay, so you can use this knowledge because it can be doubled up, it can be used for any kind of exam, any centralization effort which the government can have. Okay, so this is the end of first article. We move to the second article. Okay, we also have the practice questions. Okay, the question for this article is: analyze the Supreme Court's recent verdict on domicile based reservations in PG medical admissions. How does the ruling uphold the principles of equality and merit based admissions? Okay, so we had discussed about this, so you try and write this answer. Now we will go to the next article. So the next article we do today is remembering the Mahatma. As we know, yesterday was the death anniversary of our beloved father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhiji. Okay, so we had a few articles about him. Okay, so we see the relevance of Gandhiji, his ideas, his thoughts, his philosophy in the contemporary times. Okay, so the backdrop comes from the Martyrs' Day observed to honor Mahatma Gandhi on his death anniversary, that is 30th of January. Okay, the relevance comes from GS4 paper, wherein specifically they asked about moral thinkers, moral thinkers, wherein Gandhiji features very prominently. Okay, but the ideas of Gandhiji are not just limited to ethics, the paper of ethics. His ideas can be used in GS paper 2, in GS paper 3 as well. Okay, we'll see how. Okay, so regarding Gandhiji, we have gotten a couple of questions in mains already in ethics part. These questions were quotation based, like once first came in 2013, the last one. Okay, it talks about this simple acts of kindness are by far more powerful than 1,000 heads bowing in prayer. Okay, and next, Gandhiji's ideas were again questioned in the year 2018. Okay, so we see his ideas, his philosophy, his quotes are repeatedly asked. Okay, so to check if you know about his philosophies. Okay, so we see the Gandhian philosophy and human life. We see that his ideas are very relevant, okay, and useful in almost all the sections of our society, all the sectors. Okay, like in the politics, we have the idea of politics without principle. It's one of the 7 sins. Okay, in economy, we have that idea of trusteeship doctrine. Okay, we'll discuss in that in a later part in detail. Okay, Satyagraha. Okay, his struggle for truth. Okay, next, environment, his idea of self-sufficiency. Okay, promoted environmental protection. Okay, health, he promoted Indian sciences, Indian medical sciences, alternative medicines as we know it now. Okay, Swaraj, he was a very prominent figure in the national movement. Okay, God, religion, and God and religion. In this, it's also one among the 7 sins. Okay, religion without sacrifice. Okay, then education, we will see the Vada system of education. Okay, and Sarvodaya for all, it is for benefit of all. Okay. Next, he used to say, my life is my message. Okay, so we can know about his ideas, his philosophy, if we follow his life. Okay, and the things he did in his own life, like non-violence, Non-violence, he was a very stickler for non-violence. Okay, he called back of the very popular movement, non-cooperation movement, when Chauri Chaura incident happened. Okay, and he even at his own peril, okay, used to visit Calcutta when it was struck by the riots, okay, communal riots during the independence. Okay, next, Satyagraha. It was his idea of political movement, political, social, moral movement, okay, that he brought to India. He developed it himself in his days in South Africa and then brought it to practice. Okay, and it became a major weapon for Indian national movement. Next, we have civil disobedience. Okay, civil disobedience talks about not following the orders which you feel unjust. Okay, for example, like in the Nuremberg trials, what used to happen is that everyone who was put on trial, they said they were just following orders. Okay, but not delving into the morality of the orders. Okay, like if you are a part of organization, okay, yes, discipline mandates that you follow orders, but it should not be at cost of your principles, your morals. Okay, if there is a direct order which compromises on your morals, on your principles, then you should not obey that order. Okay, like in the civil disobedience movement, he did exactly that. They said that if there is a tax you feel is unjust, don't pay it. Started with salt tax. Okay, next we have the idea of Gram Swaraj. Okay, that was idea of independence. Okay, he saw village as a village republic and independent place, independent economically, socially independent congregation. Okay, which need not import or export anything and which can produce everything on its own. Okay, then we have the Charkha. Charkha became the symbol of independence. Okay, and his idea that everyone should participate in physical labor. He himself spinned his clothes, okay, in the Charkha. Okay, Vadha system of education in 1937. Okay, a conference was called wherein this was proposed based on his ideas. Okay, it promoted the idea of vocational training, vocational education that even the new education policy has incorporated. Okay, we have the doctrine of trusteeship. It was one of the primary economic ideas of his. He said that the wealthy don't own their assets, they are just trustees for God and society, and it's their duty to help those in need. Okay, so that was the doctrine of trusteeship. Inspired from this idea was the movements like Bhudan and Gramdan, led by Vinoda Bhave. Okay, next we have the 7 social sins. Okay, that this one we will see in detail. Okay, so the 7 social sins of Gandhiji. Okay, wealth without work, like if you earn something without working for it, okay, it is a sin. Like for example, you have corruption. Okay, you do corruption to attain wealth. Okay, and next we have illegal things like fishing. Okay, pleasure without conscience. Okay, if you seek pleasure without conscience, without caring about anything else, like hedonistic pleasure as it is called, okay, it is not good for others involved and might not be good even for you. Okay, like for example, say drunken driving. Okay, you consume alcohol for your own pleasure, but when you take a vehicle outside, when you go get yourself at the wheel, okay, then you are a danger to your own life, but even for other people's other people walking on the road. Drunken driving, and another example can be substance abuse. Okay, next we have knowledge without character. It talks about how the people who are brilliant, okay, at times don't have a lot of character, and then they use their knowledge for bad things, like say hackers. Like nowadays, whoever you call, you have a advisory from the government, like there are a lot of things going on like digital arrest and all, a lot of phishing is happening online. So these are the people who have the knowledge of how to work the systems but don't have a clear character. Okay, next we have commerce without morality. Okay, like profit is important, but it should not come at cost of other principles. It should not come at cost of humanity. Okay, the best example here is, I would say, DuPont. DuPont was a company which came up with the Teflon coating. Okay, Teflon coating that we have on our pans, non-stick coatings. What used to happen is that the people who were working there and the place where it was produced, a lot of diseases like cancer was increasing. The DuPont company even got to know of it, but it did not do anything about it because it was making them huge profits. Okay, so this is a very dangerous thing. Okay, here the example can also be say child labor. Okay, you know it is illegal, it is immoral, but you are doing that because it saves you money. Okay, like not paying people enough. Okay, underpaid labor. Okay, like you know that the rate of wage, per day wage, is say 300 400 rupees, but you know that a particular person cannot bargain with you, and he is very much in need, so you can exploit him and he will be willing to work even for 100 rupees, and then you employ that person at 100 rupees. That is underpaid work. That is also wrong. Science without humanity. Okay, science, the ultimate motive of science should be to make the world a better place. Okay, but not every invention goes in that direction. Like from the world wars, we have mustard gas and say orange gas. Okay, these were developed to harm the enemies. Okay, it had very serious consequences on the health of the enemies, the people who were exposed. Okay, this orange gas was even exposed, even the civilians in Vietnam were exposed to these gases. Okay, next we have worship without sacrifice. Okay, this worship, like when you worship, it should come at your sacrifice. Like if you worship, you should do the things that are should in the religion. Okay, you should not ask others to do which is ordained by your religion or their religion. Okay, the religion, God, should be a personal endeavor. Okay, seeking God should be a personal endeavor. You should not force others to live by your religious, moral, social code. Okay, so this kind of idea, the idea of worship without sacrifice, breeds religious fundamentalism. And intolerance. Okay, next, politics without principle. Okay, this is very important because what used to happen, right, the political parties were formed when people having the same socio-political economic ideology used to congregate, used to come together. That was a political party. They have a philosophy, they have an idea, they have a vision for the society, and then they come together, they scout for votes, ask for votes, and when they get to the power, they make policies. Okay, so political parties are based on very strong philosophies. Okay, but what is happening now is horse trading. Okay, buying of votes. Okay, like cross voting, like happened yesterday in Chandigarh elections. Okay, what is happening is that people, the elected representatives, go and ask people for votes, citing a promise, for a philosophy, for an idea, but then after coming to power, they switch the sides. Okay, that's why switching a political party is very difficult, is very should be very hard, because you have asked votes, you have solicited votes for a particular ideology, and then you are taking those votes and taking it to other party, exact opposite ideology. Okay, so that is very wrong. So politics without principle is a sin. Okay, so these are the ideas of Gandhiji. We discussed the important ideas that Gandhiji espoused in his life. Okay, and then the seven popular, seven social sins that he proposed. Okay, and so we have a practice question for you as well. Okay, elaborate the values derived from political life of Mahatma Gandhi and how it can be incorporated in the fight against corruption. Okay, so you can write this answer for practice. Okay, now we'll come to the prelims articles. So now we come to the explained part of our video. Here we will be discussing 3 articles which is important for the prelims. The first one being the Axiom mission. Okay. First one being the Axiom mission. Okay. It has been in news because IAF officer Shubhanshu Shukla was selected as pilot for Axiom 4 mission to ISS. Okay. It is relevant because the prelims has always had a number of questions from the topic of science and tech. Next, explained, group captain Shubhanshu Shukla, he is an IAF officer. Okay, he is one of the 4 people who have been selected for the Gaganyaan mission as well. Okay, so he will be piloting the craft to International Space Station. Okay, it will involve a 14-day stay at the ISS. Okay, and Shukla has been regularly mentored by the first Indian on the moon, Rakesh Sharma, and Shubhanshu is very soon going to become the second Indian in space. So talking about the particular mission, Axiom mission, okay, it's a private space flight mission, okay, space flight mission to the ISS, okay, operated by the Axiom Space. It is a company, private company, Axiom Space, okay, it will be operating it. It is a project collaboration effort between NASA and SpaceX, okay. It will have 4 astronauts, and interestingly, all the 4 astronauts will be from 4 different countries, okay, India, USA, Poland and Hungary. Okay, the launch period has been scheduled for the spring of 2025. Okay, it will be the 4th Axiom mission, as the name also suggests. Axiom 4 means 1, 2, 3 might have been preceding it. Okay, then mission objective. The objective of this particular mission is to advance pioneering efforts to establish a sustainable human presence in the low Earth orbit. As we know, ISS is also in low Earth orbit. So significance, what is significance for India? Okay, India's representation in space, okay, Shubhanshu Shukla will be the second Indian in space. Okay, it shows India's growing power, okay, growing influence in science and technology and space domain in particular. Okay, inspiration for future generations, as the first moon landing, okay, was the phrase used was one step for mankind, a giant leap for humanity. Okay, because incidents like these, events like these inspire generations. Okay, like Rakesh Sharma inspired a generation of Indians. Captain Shubhanshu Shukla is going to inspire a new generation of people to take up science. Okay, what is its impact with India? Okay, learnings from Axiom 4 will contribute to India's Gaganyaan mission. Okay, like India has a mission planned to send astronauts to space. Okay, and it is scheduled for 2026. The learnings, the technical data will be shared with Indian ISRO as well. Okay, and that it will help us plan our next mission. Okay, it will further enhance human space exploration programs. Like what happened, like after the space race ended. Okay, there were few missions to put people in space. Okay, what they used to happen, they just used to send sensors and orbiters and landers there. Okay, but it is the initiative again to start sending people in space. So conclusion, Shukla's mission marks a significant leap for India's space exploration efforts. Okay, it contributes to the international space cooperation. Like I said, this particular mission has 4 astronauts who are from 4 different nationalities. So this is a practice question for you. You try to attempt this question and write the answer in the comments. Next topic we have is the middle income trap. So recently the chief opposition party, the biggest the opposition party in the Lok Sabha, Indian National Congress, came up with a report, came up with a paper. Okay, the name of it was Real State of Economy. Okay, it was not a government document, so you need not study it. Okay, but it brought up an important term, economic term, which is important, which is the middle income trap. It asked the government to stay aware, okay, to beware of the middle income trap that India is going into. Okay, so what is the middle income trap? Okay, this particular term was coined by World Bank in 2007. Okay, it talks about how the countries who are quick to come out of poverty are not able to break into the high income countries. There are few reasons that which help them, which make them stay in the narrow bracket. Okay, they are not poor but not even very prosperously rich. Okay, that is the income trap. The UN World Bank also has a figure. Okay, it talks about the number like if the per capita income is between $1,136 to $13,845, it is middle income country. Okay, beyond it is high income, beyond below it is low income or poverty. Okay, so there are a number of countries like most notably China, Brazil, Turkey and India, okay, are thought to be stuck in this middle income trap. So we will see how. Okay, causes. So what causes this particular phenomenon of middle income trap? So basically it is that you are not rich enough to compete with the highly developed countries like Europe, like Germany, France and US, but you are not even so poor that you cannot compete with countries which are still struggling and moving in the direction of economic prosperity. Okay, like someone can say sub-Saharan African countries. Okay, you are between that, but the thing is the rate at which you rose from the lower income to middle income is not the velocity, is not the pace with which you can break into the higher income. Okay, there are factors which keep you in this bracket. So what is this? We'll see. Okay, caught between rapidly changing advanced technology of rich countries and competition from mature products from poor countries, okay, with low wages. Next, untapped human potential, skill gap. Okay, next we have low incremental capital output ratio. Okay, like what happens is that the marginal productivity, marginal utility comes down as you come from low income countries to high income countries. Like for example, for a nation, for say a society where they don't even have roads, okay, even building a road or having a street light is development. So it is easy for them to have the basic things. Okay, but it's very difficult when the basic needs are fulfilled and you have to jump to a higher percentile, higher tactile path. Okay, next you have lack of R&D. As I said, like all the cutting edge research is done by advanced countries because they have more money that they can deploy towards R&D. Okay, like even if the percentage wise we can match, okay, like we are not matching. India's R&D spend is less than 0.3, okay, and other countries are doing 1.52 and all. Okay, so even if we can match the size of their the economy, okay, will put them way ahead of us. Okay, next we have stagnated industries. Like I said, it's easy to start with the development path but very difficult to take it ahead. Okay, next, shrinking demographic dividend. Like every country has a phase of demographic dividend. Okay, if they can use it, it becomes a dividend. If they cannot use it, it becomes a demographic disaster. Okay, next we have how to come out of it. Like as I said, the value is between 1136 to 13,800. It's a very big bracket. So if we see, like if we see in this graph, okay, India and China are both in this graph in the same pedestal, but India is on the lower side of the upper middle income countries and China is on the higher side. Okay, like China makes around 5-6 times more per capita, but we are both on same platform as of now. Okay, so this is not a monolith. Okay, it has a very wide base. Okay, and a lot of countries find themselves in this narrow bracket. Okay, so how to come out of it? The best way to come out of it is through 3 I's: investment, infusion of global technologies and innovation. Okay, like I said, after doing the basic things, taking care of the basic things, okay, the only thing which will take you ahead is some innovation or investment from outside. Okay, next, skill development. Okay, you have to upskill your population. Next, taking care of jobless growth by investing in labor intensive sectors. Okay, next we have leveraging the digital economy for credit accessible to the public. Like we saw the example of Muhammad Yunus in Bangladesh. Okay, his idea of microfinance helped a lot of Bangladeshi people, and that idea also won him a Nobel Prize. Okay, next we have a practice question for you in the topic of median income trap. You can attempt this question and write the answer in comments. Next topic, we have ad hoc judges in High Court. So what happened today recently is that SC, Supreme Court, relaxed condition for appointment of ad hoc judges. See, there's a difference between ad hoc judges and additional judges. Okay, additional judges is like in administration we have SP and additional SP. Okay, additional SP is a position slightly lower than SP. Okay, like in judiciary, in when there are two as of now two positions in higher judiciary, in high courts, additional judge and judge. So additional judge becomes a judge after promotion. Okay, additional judge has all the responsibilities. Okay, but he is one level lower than the judge. But ad hoc judge is different. Ad hoc judge is a retired judge who has been brought in again to the system to ensure quicker delivery, to fulfill the demand of the justice system. Okay, so that's the difference between ad hoc judge and a additional judge. Okay, so SC relaxed its condition following allowing high courts to appoint ad hoc judges even if vacancies are below 20% to address case pendency. So what happened is that they saw a lot of pendency in high courts, like 60 lakh cases. Okay, they said earlier the rule was if even only if your bench strength, okay, comes down to more than 20%, like if your bench strength is 100, you are allowed 100 judges, and you have less than 80 judges, then only you can have ad hoc judges. Okay, not before that. Okay, so now they have relaxed it. They said you can do it on a need basis, like if there's a lot of pendency of cases, then you can appoint more ad hoc judges. So over 60 lakh cases are pending in high courts, okay, with nearly 20 lakh criminal appeals awaiting disposal. So we see a mountain of backlog is piling up in high courts. Okay, the decision was made to curb the growing case pendency in the judicial system. Like as it is said, justice delayed is justice denied. So even the judicial system recognizes the fact and ensures it is trying to deliver quicker justice. Okay, next we have Article 224A. This is a particular article of the Constitution allows the Chief Justice of High Court to appoint retired judges with the President's approval. Okay, so what happened is that these retired judges are appointed as ad hoc judges. They have all the powers of the normal judge. Okay, next we have Supreme Court's objective. The idea behind diluting this particular rule is to strengthen high courts by utilizing experienced retired judges. Like in Supreme Court, the judges retired at the age of 65. In high courts, they retired at the age of 62. Okay, so the idea is by bringing these judges back into the service, they can use golden years of these judges. Okay, ensures faster disposal of long pending criminal cases. Like one of the major argument is that there is a mountain of case backlogs. Okay, next we have more flexibility in tackling case backlogs. Okay, next revised criteria for ad hoc judges. Okay, HC can now appoint 2 to 5 ad hoc judges. Okay, but the number must not exceed 10% of sanction strength. Like if the sanction strength of a high court is say 100, they cannot appoint more than 10. Okay, next, unlike 2020 ruling, ad hoc judge will now send permanent high court judge. Okay, so what used to happen earlier before 2021 was that if ad hoc judges were appointed, they used to sit in independent benches. Okay, but now the Supreme Court has said what we will do is we will put ad hoc judges with judges to make a 2-judge bench. Like in judiciary, if you go to file a case, there's always 2 kinds of benches. Okay, one is single judge bench, one is 2-judge bench. Okay, and the constitutional bench is for more than 2, there's constitutional bench which has at least 5, and it is in Supreme Court. Okay, so what happens is that here now these ad hoc judges can be clubbed with the permanent judges, full-time judges, and they can make a division bench. Okay. So there were a few conditions for appointment of ad hoc judges. Okay. One was cases in a particular category have been pending for over 5 years. Okay. Then we can have an ad hoc judge for that particular type of case. Okay. Next, 10% of the total case pendency has exceeded 5 years. Like in that particular criteria, if 10% of the cases has been pending for more than 5 years, then we can appoint an ad hoc judge to deal with that particular type of case. Next, rate of disposal of case is lower than that of rate of new filings of case. That's quite logical. If 100 cases are being filed in a year and you are able to dispose of 90, so 10 is piling up every year. Okay, so as the intention is to bring down judicial pendency, we cannot allow more pendency to take place. Okay, next we have a practice question for you. Okay, you attempt this question and write the answer in the comment section. Okay.